This is SwiftForth. Today I'm going to show you how to do HTTP requests using the Forth programming language. It's real simple. All you're going to do is go to this website, inventio.co.uk, and you're going to grab this wsa.f file. This is a very long file, and if you want to know how to do any type of networking stuff using the Forth programming language, you can go through this file line by line, and you can learn how to do things like how to display an IP address, how to convert it, how to take it from its 32-bit version and convert it from a string to an int to string, that sort of thing. It also comes with these are Windows API functions, so you can I covered this in one of my other videos, how to import Windows API functions into Forth, and you can do it my way. And there's a bunch of other pieces of code in here that you can look at, and I think it's pretty interesting. But all you need to do is hit Control A, copy, go to your SwiftForth terminal, and paste. That's the quick and dirty way to get this file and use all the words that are in this file. And it's kind of a big file, so it's going to take a minute to load. There's a faster way to do this, and I'll show you later how to import this a lot quicker. The website, let me see here. Let's go to the main words that we're going to use, which is HTTP GET, and these are the main words: get, head, options, trace, and he even has a post. We're going to cover this one. HTTP GET requires two things: file, host, and you're going to type HTTP GET. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. We're going to use this website right here, Books to Scrape. I chose this site because it's meant to be scraped, and there's nothing like Cloudflare or like any anti-bot things that are on most websites. And we're going to scrape this website. So let's go here. And to use the HTTP GET word, we're going to pass it a blank, and I'm going to show you why we do that. To scrape.com. We don't need the HTTP, that's already done for us. And that's all we do. Hit enter, and we get all this data. So in this data, there's going to be things like the product price, 45.17. I believe that's on, let's see if that's 45.17. And this website, I believe, generates data randomly. So I think each time you scrape it, it may give you different stuff. And this may be an old, I may have to refresh it. So let me see here. Catalog. Let's try something else. See if we can find something real quick. Okay, here we go. Title equals the best science fiction stories. There we are. Okay, so we are getting that data. Okay. So we displayed the data, but we can't really do anything since it's in the terminal. You know, we have to be able to, you know, modify this. So let's go back to his source code, and he gives it, I looked through here. You can go to, you can just type in "you can," and he actually left us a clue. He said you can do something with this data here. And I found that he wrote this comment twice, and this is actually where we can modify this code and get it somewhere to where we can split it, search through it, you know, do whatever we want, send it to a text file. I'm going to show you how to do that. So how this word works, get content, is it gets the length of the content, which is like, you know, it's a long file, and it's going to loop. We got to do loop, and it's going to emit this stuff character by character by character. So that's what the word emit will do. It's going to get the key, which is, you know, this data right here, and it's going to emit these characters character by character by character. It's kind of a tedious way to do this. So to get this data, you have to modify it, and I came up with this. Let me pull it up. So this is the modification I came up with. All you do is create a data space with, in this case, we're going to use like 30,000 bytes. 4,000 I found was too small for this. You got to do some crazy number like, you know, 30,000. So we're going to, you know, fill that data space with a bunch of zeros. And with this data space, we're going to start at 0. And one by one, we're going to write a character to this data space. So character by character. And that's the modification you've got to do. So let me show you real quick. This is kind of the modified version. I just put it in a text file. So this would be what you would type. Just type in our little mod, and we can just, you know, copy it all and paste it in there. Close this out, and we can paste that. This is the slow way to do it. I'll show you the fast way. It's kind of this is kind of a tedious way, but it gets the job done. So let's see. Yeah, after this, I'm going to show you how to basically search through that response and try to find something interesting, like maybe the title or the price of a book. Okay. I believe that was it. Okay. All right. So we got our data. I didn't get everything. That's why we're still seeing, you know, a little bit of stuff here, but that's okay. All we do is type in data space and let's just dump 500 bytes. And we can see now that we have our HTTP data. So what we want to do is, let me display some more data. Let's display 3000 bytes. And if I wanted to improve this, I would have it so it doesn't save these spaces, because this is what takes up a lot of the data, or the space, or these spaces right here. So that would be one improvement I could do, but I'm just trying to show you how to do this real quick. So let's say we want to search through this. Pull this up. All we do is type in our data space, 30,000 bytes, and search for a book. That looks easy. Set me free. So we'll search for that. And we'll use the built-in fourth word, which is called search. It's going to take this and search through all that stuff. And if there's a match, it'll display a -1. And if there's no match, I think it's a 0. So let's see. And apparently we get no match. So let me see here. Search for sharp objects. Okay, there we go. It says we have a match because we got a -1. So let me show you that again. So it's showing a -1. And we can actually dump this, the contents, by just typing dump. It's going to dump 6,000. Go up here. And there we go. So we just found that piece of text, and basically those 6,000 bytes, I think, were from here to the end. So that's what we did. An easier thing to do would be to search for our book, sharp objects, do a 2-drop, and just dump, 100 bytes so we can see that more easily. So that's how we would kind of parse through it. And let me see. And you can do all sorts of things. You can, search for the price, search for, other titles of the book. You can send this to a text file, which I covered in my other video. But anyways, that's the basics of how to do this. And I'm going to cover one last thing, which is why we have a blank space in that, why did I do this? So, for example, if you have a URL that is like this, you can put it in that blank space that we did. So you would do search, and then you would type in google.com, and you would do http-get. And I don't think this will work because it's not an actual site, but we'll try it. And this is going to overwrite our data space, I believe. So let me see. Yeah, so it's anyways, that's how you use that part of it. If you just have a regular website, you can just do that and do your HTTP GET. So that's kind of how you use that. I know it's kind of confusing. It took me a minute or two to figure out his source code, but that's basically how you would get and do a GET request using the Forth programming language. If you have any questions, I know this was kind of a long video, let me know. Like, subscribe, and tell me what you think.